If you're a PNC insurance agent, by the end of this video, I'm going to show you exactly how to generate all the leads you're ever going to need forever inside your agency. My name's Tyler, and like I said, in this video, I'm going to show you step by step how to start generating leads on Google and ChatGPT, how to get free leads from Facebook, how to maximize all of your old leads and all of your past clients, as well as how to build relationships with referral partners so that your agency becomes an inbound and referral only agency. So let's get into it. So like I said, let's build an insurance agency that generates its own leads. So what are we going to cover? So first is Google and ChatGPT. So what Google uses to rank businesses, easy hacks to rank higher, as well as getting ChatGPT to trust you. Then we're going to talk through referral partnerships, who to target, how to get them to love you, and then my strategy for booking appointments and how I got one of my partners 57 appointments in 30 days. Then we're going to talk through maximizing current and past leads and clients. So we're going to talk through the easiest sales possible in insurance and how to close them. We're going to talk through saving your own leads. And then we're going to touch on growing on Google again, because your past clients are going to help you do that. And then finally, how to generate free leads on Facebook. So where to go on Facebook to find your ideal clients, how to get them to raise their hands, and then how to get those leads coming into your agency. So who am I? Why should you listen to me? So my name's Tyler. I started and grew as well as sold an independent insurance agency. So I've been in your shoes. I have started scratch, built the book of business, generated relationships with referral partners, got them sending me business, as well as found ways to bring in leads online. I then started a company called Agency Aid, where we have staffed virtual assistants for hundreds of insurance agencies around the country. Agency Aid is a sub brand of ScaleOps, which is basically my company where we help grow insurance agencies. And so I've been helping a lot of agents generate leads through various different systems, and we've put it all together in this video. I've trained over 700 agency owners on how to do different processes inside their agencies. So I've seen a lot. And then I've got a quote here. He's the best. That's from my wife. So you can definitely trust it. So here's a little bit of some stuff I've done. I climbed Kilimanjaro a few years ago. The picture in the middle is my wife and I. I got sick and sent to the ER in Barcelona. Neat thing is, while I was there, the agency was still running. I have built standard operating procedures, automations, etc., so that no matter if I'm in or out of the office, if I am in or out of the hospital, it keeps growing. And then I've got a picture in Lisbon. If you have been on Facebook for a lot of years, my ads when I was walking through the streets of Lisbon, as well as Dubrovnik, are what a lot of people know me from. I was walking through the city talking about, if you're an insurance agent needing to automate your business, this video is for you. And I talked through how VAs help. So I've gotten to do a lot, been super blessed, but let's get into the value. So the first thing I want you to know is the Google Map Pack. So most people think that ranking on Google is just something for the massive agents or the captive agents. They don't think that the regular business can do it. And I'm here to say that that's not true. 90% of what you need to know is on the Google Map Pack. So here's a screenshot, Google Insurance, Belmont, Mississippi. This is a friend of mine. And as you can see, not a ton of reviews, but still ranking number 2 on the first page of Google. And so it is possible. Anybody can do this. There's just some little basic tweaks that you have to do. And then you can start getting these leads. 90% of all calls from Google go to the first 3 people. And so you have to get in those first 3. And if you're not on the first page of Google, you're basically invisible online. So let's fix this. So how Google decides who ranks are 3 main factors: relevance. Does your business match the search criteria? Distance. Are you close enough to the person searching? And prominence. Does Google trust you? So let's talk about these 3. So relevance, you have to make sure that you fully complete your Google business profile. And so there are going to be service criteria under there. You want to fill out all of these services with any service that you can possibly offer because you want to be relevant for as many searches as possible. And then a bonus tip on here, make a page on your website for each of those. So Google, yes, the biggest piece is filling out your map pack, but they're also then going to go to your website. That's a secondary piece of it. And so if you have a service page on your website for every single service that you offer, this gives additional pieces for Google to source as well as ChatGPT. I'll get into that a little more in a second. Next is distance. So you need to have a clear NAP, which is name, address, phone number, everywhere on the internet, but specifically on your Google business profile. You need to make sure it matches what's on your website, what's on Yelp, what's on Bing. Everywhere needs to have the same information. And then you need to make a Google business profile for any location that you possibly have. A lot of agents have a co working space, they have an office. You need to have a GBP for all of these so that you are closer to as many searchers as possible. Now, yes, you're going to be splitting how many reviews you have for each, but that's okay as long as you're relevant to all of the people searching in these various places. And so, a bonus tip is this is going to take a lot of work. Add a location and a service page for every service and location that your business does business in. So, for example, if you do, like I'm in South Carolina, so I could have home insurance, Greenville, South Carolina, car insurance, Greenville, South Carolina. And then I'd go to a different city, Spartanburg, home insurance in Spartanburg, car insurance in Spartanburg. You can see this is going to add a ton of pages on your site, but the more cities and services that you have, the more availability for Google, as well as ChatGPT and Claude and all the AI search engines, the more opportunity they have to crawl your business. And so finally, you want prominence. You want to have reviews. You need to make sure that Google trusts you. And so getting clients to leave you reviews is massively important. Now, you want everybody leaving reviews, but if you have some really great clients, get them to go a little bit further. Get them to leave some specific keyword rich reviews. I made a template here. So I got service name, car insurance from agency name, the Win Agency in Greenville, South Carolina. I've loved working with them because they communicate well, they have great rates, etc. The more that you have there, the more Google can read and understand your business and then build trust with you. So ask all of your clients to leave you a review. One of the things you can do, and we'll touch on this later, is ask all of your past clients to leave a Google review. Hey, y'all, we're doing a fundraiser. For every review we get, we will donate 5 meals to people in need. Here's the link. I'd love if you could help us. I promise you that's going to perform really well. Now, I've got some other templates that I teach that we're not going to cover in this video that perform even better, but something like this will definitely get you reviews immediately. So next, you need to start creating valuable content on your website. So you need to make blog posts that answer questions. So think about the questions that your clients are going to ask on Google and ChatGPT, etc. Those are the questions you need to put on the site, and then you need to answer them with the blog. That's again going to build your prominence and help you rank higher. Next, referral partnerships. What do these donuts mean? What is this, dude? Most insurance agents just load up a box of donuts and some business cards. They go door to door, trying to talk to these lenders, trying to get them to refer a business. Well, that loan officer's probably on a diet, so they're not going to eat your donuts. They already have a business card, theirs, so yours is going in the trash as soon as you leave. You need to figure out how to give them value. But loan officers are valuable because loan officers already have the clients who buy insurance, and they can't even finish the application until they have a quote for homeowners insurance. They have to have that before they can submit it to underwriting. And they're already getting quotes from somebody. There's some agent in town that's probably not giving them any additional value, that's just flipping quotes over quickly and giving them minimum coverages so they can get the lowest premium. So you need to get a relationship with these lenders and get the business away from these crappy agents in town who are giving insurance agents a bad name. So how do we do this? First, you got to think about, what do the lenders want? They want more business, the same thing as you. They want more leads. So, how are we going to do this? How do we show them more leads so that they start sending you the business rather than that other agent in town? The way that I have had a lot of success doing this is with a first time home buyer seminar. Hear me out here. So, what I started doing is scraping a list of loan officers. You can use Zillow, you can use Scotsman's Guide, you can use various different resources, Model Match to pull loan officers. You can filter them by production numbers, you can get their cell phone, whatever information you want. I like to get their cell phone. So, you get these lenders, you send out a text or give them a call, whatever it may be, and say, hey, I am running a first time homebuyer seminar. I'm an insurance agent. I have a realtor. I need a really great lender that can come speak. Do you have any interest in doing this? They're going to say yes because they want business. That realtor is who sends them business. So you're making a connection for them that they didn't have to work for. Once they say yes, say, awesome. Do you have 30 minutes? I'd love to chat with you, kind of do a little bit of an interview, get to know you, and then figure out how we can launch this thing. Again, they're going to say yes. This is a logical next step for them getting to speak at this seminar. Now, while you're there, build rapport. Ask a ton about them. Make it feel like it's an interview. But the thing is, psychologically, the more a person talks about themselves, the more they like you. You're giving them an opportunity to talk about their favorite subject, which is them and their life and their business. So get them talking. Ask them as many questions as you can. Once they finish that, do a short transition, talk about you, your agency, additional services and resources that you provide. You want to over deliver here. You want to have guides on what to do if DTI is close, like if their debt to income ratio on a house is pretty tight. Show them tips and tricks on what they can do on the insurance. Show them how to get faster quotes returned from agents. Ideally, this is just going to be teaching them to be an ideal referral partner for you, but these things make them feel like they're getting value and show them why you're better than other agents. So, part two, once you get their buy in and they want to do this seminar, a lot of times, if you're showing them value and showing them how to generate leads, they may not even want to do this. But let's say they do want to run this seminar. Realtors are typically the people that have prospects. Now, you can go find realtors in Facebook groups. You can just go to your local Facebook community group and type in realtor and search, and there's going to be 600 comments from these realtors posting their contact information. Or same process you use to scrape lenders, you can use to scrape realtors. You can find high producing real estate agents and start reaching out to them. Same pitch. Hey, I've got a loan officer. I'm an insurance agent. We need a really great realtor to talk about this. Are you interested? They're going to say yes. Once you get everybody into these groups, you need to start edifying your partners. But before that, keep in mind the realtors typically have prospects that they're already working with, especially their brokerage. Like their brokerage is going to have first-time home buyers that need education about the home buying process. They will happily invite all of their people. But you can also, same process, go into Facebook groups, search whatever your city name is, go to groups, and then post in these groups. Hey, we're hosting this seminar. It's online. We'd love to have you join. We're teaching this, this, and this. Here's the link to join in the comments. People will join the webinar, but you really don't care how many people join. As long as you have some people listening, you have the opportunity to edify your partners. All you want to do is make your referral partners look better. So the realtor, yes, you want to have a relationship, but the loan officer, you want to paint them as the expert, the greatest lender in town, because the more you make this lender like you, the more they're going to want to help you. And so what you need to do is through this relationship process, you need to tell your loan officer friend, hey, I have all these resources. They're really great for you, but your processor is who really needs them. Do you mind connecting me with them and I'll send them this information over? So the loan officer has the relationship with the client, but the processor is the one that does the paperwork. The processor is the one that sends you the 1003 form requesting for a quote on homeowners insurance. So once you get in with that processor, it's game over. That's what you're going for. They're the person that sends you quotes. And as soon as you get them to like you, you now have a steady stream of quotes coming forever. The average high performing loan officer or just average loan officer should be sending you 4 quote requests per month. That's one a week just from one lender forever. So if you're in a busy market or refis are good, that's going to be even more. So these are the people that you need. Also, their leads are going to close extremely easily. So let's get into the next phase. So, does this process work? Here's some screenshots. This is one of our clients, one of our friends that we helped set this process up for. And here's some screenshots from our email conversations. Holy cow, today was awesome. My calendar was full from 8 to 2, yada, yada, yada. I see my calendar is already filled again for tomorrow. And then later, I had invited her to join Agency Shop Talk, which is our Facebook group. We have coaching calls in there. She had 9 booked appointments. And later on in the email, I've already had 3 people reply back with their processor and introduce me to them. I got my first quote opportunity. So this is working. Day 1, already got a quote. She had started using our system, reaching out to loan officers, and it started working. And then a week later, she emailed me, I'm getting overwhelmed with the amount of calendar appointments I'm getting. LOL, it's been great, but I need to put this on hold. I've already spoken with 15 loan officers who want to do a seminar. This is amazing. I promise you this system works. So we were running this for Katie, and I messed up because we were reaching out to way too many people. We've since learned you have to meter it because it does work and it works really well. So I promise you this system will generate you business opportunities. So next, what we want to do is maximize current and past leads and clients. So I'm going to cover current clients first because this is going to be the easiest sale you're ever going to have in your insurance career. So the average across the industry is 61% of clients are monoline, meaning they only have one policy with your agency, home, no auto, auto, no home, whatever it may be. And so all I want you to do is pull 2 lists from your management system to start this. Home, no auto, auto, no home. Whatever AMS you're using should be able to do this pretty quickly. And then you're going to send out a text message. I was reviewing your account and found a discount you may qualify for. Do you have a few minutes to chat? This is going to make you look like you're doing extra work for them, as well as it's going to open up a whole new opportunities of sales conversations. These people probably already purchased this insurance somewhere. I believe the statistic is 37% of clients have accounts with multiple agencies. So if they've got a home with you, they've got car insurance somewhere else. Get it with your agency. And by moving it over, they're going to get a 10 to 15% multi-policy discount with whatever carrier you've got them with. The auto is the most important one to go after. If you've got auto no home, these are the people most likely to shop. So you have to get other policies with them. If you go from 1 to 3 policies with your agency, your retention will increase by roughly 10%. And over the course of your book of business, this should 3 to 5x the value of that client and your overall book of business. So this is the lowest hanging fruit you can possibly go after to grow your agency. Next, we'll go after your past clients. So these are people still, they're current clients, but anybody that has been working with you for a while. The biggest thing you got to do is you got to get 25 Google reviews as quickly as possible. And then you have to do it continuously. So any new client that comes into your agency, you need to reach out to them. Now, same script I gave you a few slides ago. We need your help. We're doing this fundraiser, yada, yada, yada. This works. You also need to be running win back campaigns. You need to be doing as much as you can to get all of your current clients and then your past clients back into the door. So I'll show you a little more for the win back campaigns. Now we'll switch to the top right quadrant, the current leads. So you really want to let your CRM do the heavy lifting and the follow up. Don't have your producers just cold calling all day, or don't spend your time doing it. Let automation do it so that you can do the thing that only you do, which is build relationships. Your whole goal of automation is just set the meeting. Don't have it sell, just get it to get clients on the phone with you. And once you're on the phone with these clients, this is really where the sales comes in. Diagnose what they want covered and then show them the gaps in their current coverage. So for example, when you're trying to sell deductibles, you can just ask the client, hey, like, I know that premium is really important. Let's say you get into an accident and you get $500 worth of damage. Are you going to turn that in as a claim? Or are you going to pay it yourself? They're probably going to say they're going to pay it themselves because they don't want their premium to go up. Okay, cool. That makes a ton of sense. What do you think's that threshold where you turn it in as a claim? 2,500 bucks. Okay, cool. Well, right now we've got you at a $500 deductible, but you're not getting the credit for that additional difference. Like you should probably move your deductible to $2,500. That way you get a much bigger discount on your car insurance deductible. That's going to save you a lot of money and allow you to pay for some of these other coverages that you're hoping to add. And so just a slight reframe in how you're doing your sales will make a big difference in the agency. And then finally, kind of like I mentioned with the win backs, we want to look at win backs and reactivation campaigns in order to feed more leads to your producers or to you if you're a solo agent. So one that works really well. Again, please don't overthink this. Hey, old client first name. We've got new home or auto discounts in whatever state you do business in. We quoted your insurance a while back. Want me to update it and see if it's better? You're not lying about anything. Rates change all the time. All of your carriers are constantly changing what they have going on. And all you want to do is, again, sell the meeting. So let automation do the work for you. Have it bring in the leads. I promise you this works. And so this is the final piece that a lot of people ask me about. How do we generate free leads on Facebook? So I've got trainings on free leads, paid ads, whatever. The free leads are what most people want to start with. So why does Facebook matter? You got to think about what does your ideal client want and what motivates them to pursue that. And so if somebody's on Facebook, they're there to be entertained. And keep in mind the psychology of it. People love to give you their opinions. So we're going to use this a little bit. So about Facebook, it has 2.1 billion daily users. It has 3 billion monthly users. So everybody you know is on Facebook. The US has between 275 and 277 million daily users. And over half of those are checking Facebook consistently. And so what we need to do is find ways to get our business in front of those eyeballs. So where are we going to go? If you're on Facebook, you need to go to local Facebook groups. So you're going to type in your city name and then yard sale, buy, sell, trade, community, professionals, etc. These people have already grouped themselves for you. They're going to tell you what community they live in. They're going to tell you if they're a real estate investor. They're going to tell you what sports teams they like, etc. So what I want you to do is go warm up the group first. So rather than just go sales, I want you to go in these groups and start asking questions. Now, it needs to be specific to the community. So if you're in a local community group, you need to say stuff like this. Hey, we've got date night this Friday night. I need to know the best pizza spot to take my wife, or the best spot with a dessert, or who has the best strawberry cheesecake. Remember, people like to give you their opinions. And so by doing this, you're going to get tons of comments in this group. Now, Facebook is going to see this and they're going to say, wow, this person generates tons of engagement and keeps people on the platform for longer so I can show them more ads. I'm going to show this person's content to everybody. And Facebook is going to keep showing more and more people your posts. So if you do this 3 to 5 times, you're going to watch your engagement skyrocket. Then that's when you come in with a catfishing post, something like this. So under what to post, here we go. How much are y'all paying for car insurance? How much is everybody paying for rent? Here's some tips on how to properly insure your Airbnb, etc. Anytime you do this, you're going to have great opportunities to start generating new business. Now, you can add different tips, different tricks, things you're doing inside the agency, but I would just generate posts that get people to comment. That's really what you have to think about. And so as you do this, people are going to comment back. You need to like every comment, comment back to them, and then send them a DM. Have a genuine conversation with these people with a great hook. I gave you an example below. So we specialize in helping people lower their auto insurance costs. It only takes 2 minutes. Do you want me to take a look at it? You need to make it seem like it's very easy for them to get the benefit, and it needs to be a really great benefit. And then they're going to say yes to giving you an opportunity to quote their insurance. I would recommend using a tool like Canopy Connect, something to make it very simple for them. If you've got a quote intake form, I would recommend doing it with them on the phone. If you send them an intake form to fill out, it's never going to get done. So you need to do as much of the heavy lifting as possible so that you can generate these leads and maximize your opportunities from Facebook. So that's what I've got for you today. If you want some help doing this, you don't want to do it yourself, if you need to improve your results, I've got a few things for you. So the insurance leads engine is powered by ScaleOps, my company. Like I said, I've helped hundreds of agencies across the US to grow. We've got a few pieces included. We do done for you Google Business Profile Management. So we will help you manage your Google Business Profile, help you generate leads on Google and ChatGPT. You should start to see movement within 2 weeks. Now, I'm not saying you're going to be on page 1 of Google, but you're going to start seeing improvements and changes within 2 weeks. We will get the GBP profile optimized within 48 hours. We'll get you reviews posting, all of that. Then we are going to help you manage all of your lead automations, cross sells, winbacks, Google reviews, etc. We do it for you. All you have to do is download the list in your management system, upload it into your profile in our system. We take care of the rest. It is as easy as it can possibly be. It should take you 60 seconds to go run that list. Third, we give you the scripts, the guides, and coaching for generating these loan officer leads. And we'll show you how to get the relationship built so that they send you all the business. You saw those screenshots. That's just with one of our clients. We have had even better successes. I've got a friend, Patrick, that, like I said, generated 57 appointments just from one quick campaign that we ran in his agency. So I promise you this works. Then I'm going to give you the exact blueprints for Facebook lead generation. This is free and paid. So I give you the copy and paste scripts that you put into the groups, the guides on how to generate your engagement. And then I also give you templates that you can run as ads. So if you have a little bit of money that you want to put behind these campaigns, I promise you can get leads coming in every single day for way cheaper than whatever you're paying these lead vendors. And it's going to be exclusive to you. Finally, we've got a weekly coaching call. So I've got kind of office hours. Anybody can join, chat through what they're dealing with, headaches they're having, and I help walk people through it so they can generate more leads. And then the final piece is we've got a double your money back guarantee. If you do not double your money in 90 days, you get a full refund or will work for free until you do. Like, I am super, super confident in what we do and our processes. So if you do it and you follow all the steps, then you get your money back, or I will make sure that you double your money, whatever I've got to do. So that's what I have for you today. I hope you took some value from this video. If you need some help, click the link below. Down in the description, I will have a way to book a call with myself or my team. We'll talk you through this process. Even if we don't work together, hopefully I'll be able to give you some additional resources. And yeah, hope to see you in the next video. Thanks.